and welcome back to the English Learning Podcast. I'm your host, Jason, and I'm really happy you're here with us today.
Hi, everyone. I'm Julia, and thank you so much for joining us again. Whether you're listening while walking, studying, or relaxing at home, welcome.
Today's episode is all about a question we hear all the time. How can I improve my English quickly?
Yes, and when people say quickly, they usually mean I want to see progress fast, but I don't want to feel stressed or confused.
Exactly. And in this episode, we're going to show you how to improve your English in a smart, simple, and realistic way, not by studying all day, but by using the right methods.
We'll talk about what really helps you learn faster, what mistakes slow people down, and what small daily habits can make a big difference.
So if you feel stuck, or you feel like your English is not improving, even though you're studying, this episode is especially for you.
And don't worry if you're a beginner or intermediate learner. Everything we talk about today will be simple, practical, and easy to follow.
By the end of this episode, you'll have a clear plan and a new way of thinking about learning English.
So grab a notebook if you want, relax, and let's get started.
All right, let's talk about what improving quickly really means. So, Julia, when people say, I want to improve my English quickly, what do you think they usually mean?
Most of the time they mean, I want to speak better now, without feeling slow, embarrassed, or confused anymore.
Yes, and that feeling is totally understandable. But quick improvement doesn't mean learning everything in 1 week.
Exactly. It means learning in a focused way instead of a random way.
Right. Quick improvement is not about studying for 5 hours one day and then stopping for a week.
It's about small, daily actions that move you forward every day, even if the progress feels small.
Another important point is that quick does not mean perfect.
Yes, many learners wait until they feel perfect before they speak, and that actually slows them down.
So improving quickly means you accept mistakes, you use the language early, and you learn from real usage.
It also means you stop comparing yourself to others. Your progress is your progress.
And finally, quick improvement means working on the right things, listening, understanding, and speaking not just grammar rules.
So in this episode, we'll focus on habits and methods that give you the biggest results for your time.
Simple, practical, and effective.
Exactly. That's how you improve quickly.
All right. Now let's talk about the biggest mistakes that actually slow learners down. Before we talk about what you should do, let's talk about what often slows people down.
Yes, because many learners work very hard, but they're working in the wrong way.
So mistake number 1 is focusing too much on grammar.
Grammar is important, but many learners spend all their time memorizing rules and doing exercises, and almost no time listening or speaking.
And language is a skill, not just knowledge. You learn it by using it.
Exactly. You don't learn to swim by reading about swimming. You learn by getting into the water.
Mistake number 2 is waiting too long to start speaking.
Yes, many people think I will speak when my English is good enough. But that moment never comes.
Speaking is not the result of learning, it's part of the learning.
When you speak early, even with mistakes, your brain starts to build real language connections.
Now, mistake number 3 is being afraid of mistakes.
This is a big one. Many learners are afraid of sounding stupid or being judged.
But mistakes are not failures, they are feedback.
Every mistake shows you what you need to improve.
So if you avoid mistakes, you also avoid progress.
The fastest learners are not the smartest. They are the ones who are willing to try, fail, and try again.
So to improve quickly, you need to reduce these 3 things: too much grammar, too much waiting, and too much fear.
And instead, focus on using the language even when it feels uncomfortable.
All right, now that we know what slows us down, let's talk about what actually helps us move faster.
Let's start with building a simple daily habit.
So now let's talk about the first and most important step to improving your English, quickly building a daily habit.
Yes, not a big, difficult plan, but a small routine you can do every single day.
Many learners think they need 1 or 2 hours every day, but that's not true.
Even 20 or 30 minutes a day is enough if you do it consistently.
Consistency is more powerful than intensity.
Exactly. It's better to study 25 minutes every day than 3 hours once a week.
So what does a simple daily habit look like?
Here's an example. 10 minutes of listening, 10 minutes of reading, and 10 minutes of speaking.
Listening could be a podcast, a YouTube video, or a short story.
Reading could be a simple article, a dialogue, or even subtitles from a video.
And speaking could be talking to yourself, repeating sentences, or describing your day in English.
Another important thing is choosing a fixed time.
Yes, maybe after breakfast, before bed, or on your way to work.
When English becomes part of your daily life, it stops feeling like a heavy task.
And your brain starts to expect English every day, which makes learning faster and easier.
So don't wait for the perfect time or perfect mood.
Start small, stay consistent, and let the habit grow naturally.
That's the secret of fast improvement, not doing more, but doing it more often.
All right, now that we have a daily habit, let's talk about what you should focus on inside that habit.
Let's start with input listening and reading.
Now let's talk about something many learners don't think about enough: input.
Yes, input means what you listen to and what you read in English.
Before you can speak well, you need to hear and see the language a lot.
Your brain needs examples, it needs patterns, it needs repetition.
Think about how children learn their first language.
They listen for a long time before they speak.
So the fastest way to improve is to give your brain more English every day.
But here's the important part. The input must be understandable.
Not too easy, not too difficult.
If it's too easy, you don't learn anything new.
If it's too hard, you feel lost and stop listening.
So choose content where you understand about 70 to 80%.
That way, your brain can guess the rest and learn naturally.
Good input can be podcasts, short videos, graded readers, or simple news.
And it's better to listen to the same thing many times than many things one time.
Repetition builds familiarity, and familiarity builds speed.
So don't worry if you feel bored listening again.
That means your brain is learning.
And remember, input is not passive.
Listen actively. Notice new words. Notice how sentences are built.
That way, when you start speaking, the language will come out more naturally.
So first, fill your brain with good English.
Then we'll talk about how to get it out of your mouth.
Yes, let's move to speaking.
All right, now that we've talked about input, it's time to talk about output speaking.
Yes, and this is where many learners get stuck. They wait until they know enough to speak.
But the truth is, you learn to speak by actually speaking, not by waiting.
Exactly. Even if it's just one sentence a day, start speaking from day one.
And don't worry about mistakes. Mistakes are actually your best teachers.
One technique that works really well is shadowing.
Yes, shadowing means you listen to a sentence and immediately repeat it, copying pronunciation, rhythm, and intonation.
It's like you're shadowing a native speaker. It trains your mouth and brain together.
You can also describe simple things in your day like I am making breakfast or I am walking to the market.
Talking to yourself might feel funny at first, but it builds confidence and fluency fast.
Another tip is to record yourself.
Yes, listening to yourself helps you notice mistakes and improve quickly.
And if you can, Speak with real people friends, language partners, or even online tutors.
The key is practice regularly, not perfectly.
Exactly. Fast improvement comes from speaking a little every day, not speaking perfectly once a month.
So remember, start small, speak daily, accept mistakes, and repeat.
All right. Next, we'll talk about how to use smart tools to speed up your learning.
Yes, technology can be your best friend if used correctly.
Now let's talk about one of my favorite ways to improve quickly using smart tools.
Yes. Apps, AI tools, podcasts, online courses, there are so many options.
The key is to use them wisely, not to try everything at once.
Exactly. Pick one or two tools and focus on them. Too many tools can be confusing.
For example, you can use a language app to practice vocabulary, a podcast to improve listening, and AI tools to check your writing or pronunciation.
AI tools can even act like a conversation partner you can practice speaking anytime, anywhere.
Podcasts are great because you get real English, natural speed, and different accents.
And remember, tools are helpful, but they won't do the work for you. You still need to use them actively.
Exactly. Don't just listen or read, repeat, speak, and practice. That's how improvement becomes fast and real.
So choose your tools, focus on them, and use them every day. That's smart learning in 2026.
All right. Now that we know how to use tools, let's talk about mindset, staying motivated and consistent. Now let's talk about something that is often more important than methods or tools mindset.
Yes, your mindset and motivation can make the difference between giving up and improving quickly.
Many learners start with energy, but stop after a few days because progress feels slow.
And that's normal. Improvement isn't always visible day by day.
The key is consistency. Even small daily actions add up over time.
Exactly. Focus on showing up every day, not on being perfect every day.
Celebrate small wins like understanding a sentence without translating or speaking a new phrase correctly.
And remind yourself why you're learning English in the first place, whether it's for work, study, travel, or confidence.
Keep that reason in mind, stay consistent, and your improvement will follow naturally.
Yes, motivation plus consistent action equals real fast progress.
All right, now, let's quickly recap everything and create a simple 7-day action plan for our listeners. All right, before we finish, let's quickly recap everything we've talked about today.
Yes. First, we learned that improving quickly doesn't mean perfect or instant, it means focused, daily practice.
Then we talked about the 3 biggest mistakes that slow learners down. Focusing too much on grammar, waiting too long to speak, and fearing mistakes.
Next, we shared the steps that actually help you improve fast. Build a daily English habit. Focus on input before output. Start speaking from day one and use smart tools.
And finally, we talked about the importance of mindset, staying motivated and consistent every day.
Now, here's a simple 7-day action plan to get started. Day 1. Choose your daily habit, 15 to 30 minutes of English. Day 2. Listen to a short podcast or video in English. Day 3. Read a simple article or dialogue. Day 4. Speak for 5 to 10 minutes even to yourself. Day 5. Try shadowing repeat sentences from a podcast or video. Day 6. Use one smart tool and app, AI, or podcast. Day 7. Review what you learned and celebrate your small wins.
It's simple, but if you follow it consistently, you'll feel improvement by the end of the week.
Remember, small daily actions are more powerful than long occasional sessions.
Exactly. Now, let's wrap up with some encouragement and a call to action. And that's a wrap for today's episode on how to improve your English quickly.
Remember, progress comes from small daily habits, practice, and the right mindset, not shortcuts.
So start today. Pick one action from our 7-day plan and stick with it. Even 15 minutes a day will make a difference.
And don't be afraid to make mistakes. They are your fastest path to improvement.
If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
And share it with friends who also want to improve their English quickly.
Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode with more tips to make English learning simple and fun.
Bye for now and happy learning.